Hey guys, I think what's happened that I forgot to press go live button. So I was talking to myself and I was wondering why nobody's viewing this. Okay, so that's it. Right, so we're about to start our virtual shareholder meeting. Not our, but Multiplan. We will retransmit streaming live here. So please tell me if the sound is okay. So what I was talking about is that if you want to vote right now, real quick, I re-explain again. You take your phone, you get a paper where you see with control number, you have a QR code there. And that QR code, you just, open your camera, point to that QR code, and your phone will automatically prompt you the link to go to. So you click that link, and you're already authenticated since that QR code contained your control number. So that's easy as this. So you end up on the page where you need to vote. So there you go, you vote, and that's it. So you will have this possibility in a few minutes. Alright, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Fine Finance with Alex. I'm streaming here, but also I'm doing videos, everything related to personal finance, stocks. Recently it's more about stocks and SPACs. Well, all the things that will help you fulfill your dream. In case my dream, I'm just documenting what I'm going through each step. I will talk about real estate in the future. I'm only sharing my own experience though. If you're interested in how it's going, don't forget to subscribe and like videos. Alright, so I'm starting to dial in.
You will be placed on hold.
Right, so the presentation is not started yet. I think we still have 2 minutes. So let me know if first the sound is okay and that you have the opportunity to hear this. Yeah, don't be shy to ask me in the comments any questions, right? I'm trying to answer those. That's why we're here. I'm sharing my own experience, you're sharing yours. I'll try to reply to all your comments, but depending on the number of those. Okay, so alright, putting back online. Okay, well, it'll take some time. So just want to repeat what I've said, and while the live button was not on, this is a pretty standard meeting today. So we have 7 proposals we need to vote for. So if you have received your control number, okay, it's starting.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to the special meeting of stockholders for Churchill Capital III. This meeting is now called to order. I am Michael Klein, Chief Executive Officer and Chairman of Churchill Capital III. I will preside as chairman of this meeting. Before I call this meeting to order, I'd like to introduce Jay Tarragon. Jay is the Chief Financial Officer of Churchill, and he will also serve as Secretary of this special meeting. Also with us is Daniel Sullivan, a representative of Mackenzie Partners. Mr. Sullivan will serve as the Inspector of Election at today's meeting. The Secretary has been provided with a list of our stockholders entitled to vote at this special meeting, who are holders of record of our common stock at the close of business as of September 14th, 2020, and the affidavit of mailing of the notice of meeting and proxy statement indicating that notice of the meeting has been duly provided, a copy of which will be amended to the minutes of this meeting. A copy of our proxy statement is available on the special meeting website and the Securities and Exchange Commission website at www.sec.gov. That's www.sec.gov.
Mr. Sullivan has been duly appointed as Inspector of Election for today's meeting. Mr. Sullivan has duly executed the oath of office, which will be appended to the minutes of this meeting.
We are conducting this meeting in accordance with our bylaws and the stockholder rules of conduct for the special meeting. The rules of conduct, agenda, and a list of Churchill stockholders are available on the meeting website. As a reminder, stockholders attending the virtual meeting can vote their shares online from now through the closing of the polls by logging into the meeting website as a stockholder and clicking the Vote Here button on their screen. If you've previously voted by proxy and don't wish to change your vote will be cast as you have previously instructed, and no further action is required. If you have any questions, please submit them via the meeting website. Mr. Tarragon will now report the number of shares of Churchill represented by proxy at the meeting.
Mr. Chairman, the Inspector of Election has confirmed that proxies have been received by a majority of the shares of Churchill common stock entitled to vote as of the record date of September 14th, 2020. Therefore, there is a quorum for all action to be taken at the meeting. Accordingly, the meeting is duly constituted, and we may now proceed with the business of the meeting.
Thank you. We now come to the proposal to be considered and voted on by our stockholders. The time is now 10:03 a.m. Eastern Time, and the polls are now open. I will state each proposal in order. The first item on the agenda to be considered and voted on by stockholders is proposal number 1, the business combination proposal. This is the proposal to 1, adopt the agreement and plan of merger dated as of July 12, 2020 by and among Churchill, Music Merger Sub 1, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Churchill, Music Merger Sub 2, LLC, Polaris Parent Corp., and Polaris Investment Holdings, LP. And 2, approve the other transactions contemplated by each agreement and plan of merger and related agreements described in the proxy statement. The Board of Directors recommends a vote for the approval of proposal number 1. The next item on the agenda to be considered and voted on by stockholders is proposal number 2, the charter proposal. This is the proposal to approve and adopt the second amended and restated certificate of incorporation of Churchill. The Board of Directors recommends a vote for the proposal number 2. The next item on the agenda to be considered and voted on by stockholders are proposals number 3A through 3E, the governance proposals. These are proposals to approve on a non-binding advisory basis certain governance provisions in the second amended and restated certificate of incorporation as more fully set forth in the proxy statement. The Board of Directors recommends a vote for the approval of proposals number 3A through 3E. The next item on the agenda to be considered and voted on by stockholders is proposal number 4, the incentive plan proposal. This is the proposal to approve and adopt the Churchill Capital Corp. III 2020 Omnibus Incentive Plan and the material terms thereunder. The Board of Directors recommends a vote for the approval of proposal number 4. The next item on the agenda to be considered and voted on by stockholders is proposal number 5, the director election proposal. This is the proposal to elect the 9 director nominees to serve on Churchill's Board of Directors immediately upon the consummation of the business combination. These directors are Paul Emery, Mark Tabak, and Bill Vecti to serve as Class 1 directors, Glenn August, Richard Clark, and Hunter Philbrick to serve as Class 2 directors, and Anthony Kolaluka, Michael Klein, and Alan Thorpe to serve as Class 3 directors. The Board of Directors recommends a vote for the approval of proposal number 5. The next item of the agenda to be considered and voted on by stockholders is proposal number 6, the New York Stock Exchange proposal. This is the proposal to approve for purposes of complying with the applicable provisions of the New York Stock Exchange Listed Company Manual. The issuance of shares for Churchill common stock in connection with the transactions, and these are more fully described in the proxy statement. The Board of Directors recommends a vote for the approval of proposal number 6. The last item on the agenda to be considered and voted on by stockholders is proposal number 7, the adjournment proposal. This is the proposal to adjourn the special meeting to a later date or dates, if necessary, to permit further solicitation and vote of proxies in the event that there are insufficient votes for the foregoing proposals. The Board of Directors recommends a vote for the approval of proposal number 7. I move for the approval of the foregoing proposals.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
The time is now 10:07 a.m. Eastern Time, and the polls are now closed. I ask that Mr. Tarragon now provide a report of the voting results as received from the Inspector of Election.
Mr. Chairman, I have received the preliminary voting results from the Inspector of Election based on the proxies received as of the opening of the polls at today's meeting. Based on these preliminary voting results, each of proposals number 1 through number 6 has been approved. With respect to proposal number 7, since there are a sufficient number of votes to adopt the foregoing proposals, the adjournment contemplated by proposal number 7 is not necessary. All votes are subject to final count, certified by the Inspector of Election. We will report the final vote results on a Form 8-K filed with the SEC within 4 business days from today's meeting.
Thank you for that. And thank you all for attending today's meeting. There being no further business to come before the meeting is now adjourned. I would like to comment for all of our shareholders that we are excited to launch the new Multiplan. Multiplan is on the right side of healthcare. Multiplan allows more people to receive more and better healthcare for a lower cost. And the company will be, continues to be, and we expect to be a thriving public company. And we thank you all for your unprecedented support and investment.
All right, so that's it. The meeting is closed. So I congratulate those who are waiting for the merger to be done. That's it. That just voted. So 6 out of 7 proposals were approved. 7 proposals, they didn't have enough vote to approve it. But anyway, the most important proposals, which is 1 to 6, were approved. So in the next few days, normally it takes up to 2 days. So on Friday, we should see a new ticker. So don't be afraid if your CCXX will be 0 or will just disappear. You will have a new ticker coming out, and normally on Monday you will see it on New York Stock Exchange. With that, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I hope this was an interesting, and see you soon with next streams. See you. Bye bye.